time Jewish people lived in Germany. You understand that, right?
I'm German as well.
I know. At one time, Jewish. That's why I asked you your nationality. At one time, Jewish people lived in Germany, didn't they?
Did they?
And during World War I, they fought for Germany. They loved Germany. Until one day, Adolf Hitler began to exterminate them. And then they turned on their country and went for a land of their own. Well, this is what you have to understand. We have served this stinking country. There's nobody more patriotic than black people. We're the people that die in your wars, build your cities, and raise your children, and bleed in all of your wars, and reap none of the benefits. There is nobody more patriotic than us. There is nobody that has served America more than us, until one day we found out that this is the land of our oppressor. This is not our homeland. So we decided to go find our own land. So we decided to go find the land of our ancestors, just like the Jewish people did in Germany. And know what the problem with white people is? You don't respect anybody's humanity except for your own. You don't respect anybody's pain except for your own. You expect Jewish people to hate Hitler and to hate the Nazis, but you can't understand why we should hate you. You can't understand that because you're not human, and you're cruel, and you're selfish. And if you had any love and compassion in your heart, you would know how much you deserve to be hated. If you had any love in your heart, you white people are merciless. And you hate to look at anybody as a human being. How dare you ask us, have we loved America? We have loved you forever, and you have always hated us. We have loved you consistently for 400 years. We prayed to that white Jesus, and we saluted your flag, and we died in your militaries, and you beat us like dogs. How dare you ask us, have we loved you? I have a question for you. When in the hell have you ever loved anybody but yourself? Give me Ezekiel 35. I'm looking you square in your eye and telling you this, that you are completely cruel. And you know why your heart is broke? Because I'm telling you the truth for the first time in your life. Your whole life you thought that you've been compassionate and caring, but meanwhile, you know what you are? Just another white girl standing on stolen ground, reaping the benefits of bloody fathers. That's what you are. Even though you think you're so liberal and so kind, all you are is another child benefiting off the murder of your father. That is who you really are. And you should face it. And you should fall on your knees and beg repentance for your evil, cruel, corrupt, selfish life that you've lived here on the bones of the North American Indian, on the bones of the slaves, on the bones of the Puerto Ricans, on the bones of the Mexicans, on the bones of all the poor people that your father murdered so you could go to college and so you could get drunk and high and have a good time. Your father had to murder for that privilege. You understand that, don't you? Your father had to kill. Your grandfather had to steal so you could live like Pamela Anderson in America. Give me Ezekiel 35. That's the truth. I'm showing you love. That's love. I'm telling you the truth. Ain't that real love? That was.
Okay,
Now you don't even believe me. Let's go back. And I'm gonna find something else.
It was hard to watch. It was true. But it was hard to watch. Because it was the truth, and you saw her, she broke. She crumbled, and when she couldn't say what she wanted to say to defend herself, and she was able just to be still and hear what this man had to give to her, the knowledge he had to give, she broke. And it sounded a little sarcastic there at the end where he says about the truth and that he's helping her. And it did sound like, but it was the truth. We have been continuously lied to, and we don't know up from down, home from not, people from not people, our accomplishments from lies about our accomplishments. And so it really brings home for me some of my true core values, which is trust. I'm an Aries and I'm big on trust. I just don't do lies. I will tell on myself to my own detriment just because I want to be truthful. And it hadn't always been that way. I got locked up when I was 18 and was going to be looking at some serious time. And I just had to change my ways, because if I didn't, I was going to wind up in somebody's jail for the rest of my life. And that's not what I want for my life. And so when I said before, like the tongue is mighty like a sword, and I don't know if I'm quoting that right. But it's a weapon, and I appreciate this brother for doing this for her, and I hope that he continues to do the ministry that he's doing, because I'm gonna call it like I see it. He didn't approach her; she approached him, and she got a little bit more than she bargained for. And young lady, I know you felt embarrassed. I know your feelings was hurt and you feel confused. And I hope that you've taken time to really think about what this man said to you. It's not that anybody hates you. That's not it. We want you to change your ways. We are not evil people. There are evil people out there. There's evil white people and evil black people. Just because he looked like me don't mean he mine, and don't mean he no kin to me. That robbing, murdering, rapist black man, he don't have nothing to do with me or people like me. And I hope you would say the same thing about the people that are currently robbing and killing and murdering. But America does have a history. And America has to own up to its history. You have built a country off the backs and the bones of the blacks and the Native Americans. You've done that. And when I read this Bible now, which I put this Bible down a long time ago. I'm going to admit that to everybody here. I put this Bible down so long ago that my daughter is an atheist. Like, she don't know what church is. Okay? But because of all the things that I've been seeing over the last month, I know some stuff is not right. And I know that I had a relationship with God and it was all right. I knew who God was, and I know that I call on him from time to time and that he meets my needs. So when we got COVID going on out here, we have the death of George Floyd and all the other countless deaths. Mr. Reed here in Indianapolis. Y'all police was so wrong for that. That baby has such beautiful eyes. You have to account for the things that you do. We all do. Little old me can't get the justice. But I am a child of Israel. And my God is a vengeance God. So, Pharaoh was asked once, I think it was 3 times, to let his people go. Y'all got to get right. Y'all got to get right with God. Because, God forbid, I'm wrong, what will happen? But God forbid if I'm right about what's going to happen. The first thing I did before I opened up this Bible again is repent for my sins. I am a sinner. I have done all kinds of things. And every morning, or not every necessarily morning, but when I get up, one of the first things I do is try to pray and repent for my sins. This is all new to me. New over again to me. But in my heart of hearts, I know what I'm doing is right. And it is my last chance at any and everything. And if I'm wrong, then oh well. But if I'm right, hey. All these beautiful brown people walking in the streets right now protesting for the injustices done to them. They not all doing that for no reason. It's not made up. It's not make believe. We not just lying on you. I wouldn't. Y'all are doing these things. And there are much, much, much worse things that our country is doing. You guys, in comparison to the government, are doing petty crimes. Petty. The United States is guilty of genocide of multiple nations. Not just the indigenous Indians and the Africans and the Israelites. They are not. It is many that they have harmed, and there's many that they continue to harm. And they don't care. It's a day at the beach. We got these big drug companies. All they have to do is pay us some money to shut us up. And they continue to make bad drug after bad drug that does God knows what to any and everybody. And, you know, us brown people, these Israelites walking around here protesting and talking about how poorly we've been treated. That ain't. And talking about slavery and wanting reparations for slavery. That's the least of what we deserve. How do you experiment on black women and cut babies out of their bellies to learn how we operate, and then tell us and write in textbooks that we feel less pain than other people? Really? Okay. How do you chop off people's feet and penises so that they don't run away? Is that why the police get so mad when brothers run? I have so many thoughts on this. I surely do. The government is corrupt, and it's corrupt from the rooter to the tutor. Okay? I hope I can find this video right quick for y'all.
I'm gonna find something else.
I'm not the
And
only
then
one
guess
that
what?
thinks so. And unfortunately, I am not. I don't have a whole lot of power in this world, but there are Israelites and allies that have been put in positions of power. Oh goodness. That luckily think a lot like I do. And I'm grateful for that. I want to find this video quickly. It would be nice if it would just pop up. Hopefully I didn't miss it. Yes, I got all kinds of things on here, y'all. Bear with me. Oh, wow. Please let me find this, Lord. Oh, we got all kinds of stories. We got the military killing they own. Just, I need one of these, y'all. This is rare. Yeah, I like that. Let me quit. Look, God uses everybody in all kinds of ways. I hope I did not, I don't know where it's at. Let's start back up at the top, y'all, because I don't want to have missed it. There she is. Thank you. All right, so just...
Economy and political systems prioritize profit without considering who is profiting, who is being shut out. We will perpetuate this inequality. So we cannot stop at criminal justice system. We must begin the work of dismantling the whole system of oppression wherever we find it. So good morning, good afternoon. It's really quite a delight to be back in the state capitol. And as one of the founding members of the Posse Caucus, it's really great to be here with my former colleagues. I want to first thank you all for joining us. I especially want to thank Senator Jeff Hayden and Representative Rina Moran and Mary Cordish-Boudin, Mohamed Noor, who's also with us, and everyone who has been doing everything that they can to make sure that the George Floyd's death does not go in vain. Right now in Congress, the Senate is sitting on a comprehensive bill to transform criminal justice and the policing system. All along with the Congressional Black Caucus, I helped lead the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act. And because of Mitch McConnell and Donald Trump, it's being ignored. I guess the president would rather attack the people who are protesting than actually address the issues people are out here protesting for. And as my colleagues here will tell you, we are seeing the same here in Minnesota. Democrats in the State House have passed a bold package that meaningfully addresses police violence in our state, not only to be stonewalled by Republicans who would rather skip town than protect Black lives. But we can't stop at criminal justice reform, or policing reform for that matter. We are not merely fighting to tear down the systems of oppression in the criminal justice system. We are fighting to tear down systems of oppression that exist in housing, in education, in healthcare, in employment, in the air we breathe. In America today, white families have 42% times more wealth than Black families. When we say housing is a human right, we need to guarantee homes for all. When we are speaking to the fact that home ownership rates are nearly twice as high for white families as they are for Black families. Here in Minnesota is triple, and people of color are more likely to face eviction and homelessness. When we introduced the Zero Waste Act or a Green New Deal, it is because we know that environmental racism is real. Whether it's living near incinerators in North Minneapolis, proximity to power plants and factories, higher exposure to emission from polluting, the disproportionate harm that disasters like Hurricane Katrina cause to Black communities, even access to basics like clean water, we are bearing the brunt of that environmental catastrophe. When we say healthcare is a human right, and that every American deserves free healthcare, we are speaking to the fact that Black Minnesotans are more than 50% more likely to be uninsured than white Minnesotans. When America gets a cold, Black Americans get pneumonia. Our communities are the ones that are bearing the burden of the coronavirus more than any other. People of color make up this disproportionate share of low-wage essential workers who have had to keep working in food production plants, grocery stores, and other workplaces despite the risk to their lives. We've also faced higher rates of joblessness to the coronavirus crisis, while also suffering racialized police brutality and militarization. The mortality rate for Black Minnesotans to COVID is twice as high as it is with other races. And for me, this is very personal because I lost my own father to the coronavirus. I see the pain and the havoc it's wreaking on Black communities in Minneapolis. We must recognize that these systems of oppression are linked. As long as our economy and political systems prioritize profit without considering who is profiting, who is being shut out, we will perpetuate this inequality. So we cannot stop at criminal justice system. We must begin the work of dismantling the whole system of oppression wherever we find it. And so with that, I will have Senator Jeff Hayden say a few words.
He's going to push schools to reopen. These are grave consequences.
As long as our...
I don't know her, I guess the former colleagues. I thought she was actually in the Senate. Maybe a little bit more research would be nice. But the core of what she was saying to me was awesome. That's my total belief. I mean, on this journey of enlightenment into me and my people, I have been introduced to YouTubers such as Papa Duck, The Awakening, what's another one? I'll have to, they're not written down. I'll have to go over, maybe we can go and look, like you can follow along with me in my, where do I want to go? I guess I want to go, this is what I want to do. We'll just go in here. We will just go in here and you can see these guys. But I've been listening to a lot of people that I currently would not have been listening to hadn't it been for everything that's been going on here, for waking up. That's the real thing. There is waking up to find that I have been really sleeping all my life, sleeping on the politics that was going on in my country and the laws that they were passing and the back alley deals and right in your face stuff. And then I really started paying attention to the news and how they give half the news, not even half, a quarter of the news, a quarter of the information, never really even following up on the stories that are going on. That's not one of them. Okay, so Dayton Fortson, he's got some good stuff there, some great insight on what he believes is going on right now and some encouraging words and just some real understanding, some real biblical understanding. I never got that in my regular church. I just got tired of them asking about the offering plate. That really bothered me. Yeah, I know they got to keep the lights on and all that, but is some of these mega churches that ought to be ashamed of themselves. And then I don't want to talk about them, but I have to call them out because it's true. I have to walk in my own truth, and truth is truth. And false is false, lies are lies. The church did not teach that we were Israelites. They did not teach us anything. They were just in the dark as we were. We were under something, and even then they didn't, even if they didn't know, just like we didn't know, they didn't question either. And when we did question them, we were, that's not right. Don't lean on your own understanding. And no, I don't believe that's what that is. Ooh-wee. And how many churches now? I haven't even looked because I just been looking elsewhere for biblical understanding, and not just looking elsewhere, but looking in my own Bible and learning for myself what's going on. So I don't even know if these preachers are, what they doing. I hope for y'all's sake that they doing better, or you're doing like myself and looking outside of the box of the Christian church, to find out what's going on, to get some real understanding and get some real knowledge. Because we all need to be making sure that we repent, and we repent every day, because we've been sinning so long, we make the stuff look real easy. Our attitudes are not doing things out of the real goodness and kindness out of our heart, and looking for some type of return, talking mean to our children. That stuff scars them babies. Even if we just quick to do something, it hurts their hearts, and later it hurts yours too. I can't even think of everything, even now talking to you. You know what I'm saying? But we do things, little things every day that are not God-like and not Christ-like. And I just want to walk better when I'm next to God. That's it. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm some type of Christian junkie, or I can't do that. What I do know is that it's my last chance, and I better make it right. Point blank, period. Because if I don't do it in this life, when do I get a chance to do it? When? So, there was another guy, another church organization. This one is actually, I think, some type of church organization. You know what? I don't know that. I don't know a lot about the organization itself. I do know that I like the way. So, yes, it is this particular one is a church ministry. TEOTW Ministries. And they talking about some stuff I ain't never heard talk in my church ever again. I'm not going to name my churches that I've been to here in Indianapolis, in California, in Texas. Y'all know who I am. Hello. I'm walking in my truth. I always have been. I've had jobs. I had one owner tell me, well, you just can't be that honest. I can't help that the truth hurts you. It's the truth. It's the truth. When you rather hear the truth and fix what's going on, I want to hear the truth. It's a big thing for me. In my relationships, especially with my, my romantic relationships and my relationship with my children. It's very important for me. I don't want to feel like I'm going crazy, because we have intuitions. And when somebody tries to dampen that intuition, it messes with you and makes you feel like you're going crazy. So this is how this whole thing with racism And you have white people come and say, oh, we're not racist. We're not racist. I have black friends, and I done this for you, and I done that for you, and huh? You want to, I don't even know how to explain that. You have been racist, let me tell you. I'm not going crazy. When we sit down and we have a conversation in the boardroom or in the grocery store, and you tell me, you smile in my face. Oh, Sharita. Well, oh, I wish I could give y'all a good example. It's just like right there, that awkward feeling you get with them, and like you, I don't. Ooh, I need to put my finger on this one, y'all. I need to. It just keeps fishing away from me. Oh, it does. It's just fishing away from me right now. You get here and you, well, Sharita, you know, they really didn't mean it like that. You know, you shouldn't be so sensitive. And all the time, they have a smile on their face, and you are feeling degraded, and then you're being belittled, like your understanding of the situation really did not just take place, and that it is all in my head. Well, it's not all in my head. And when you are continuously made to feel like that you're the one going crazy, and that you're just imagining this whole thing is happening to you, it can be frustrating. And when I finally realized all the stuff that this country was up to, oh, somebody said something about a swamp needing to be dredged. Boy. Y'all have killed so many black people and continue to kill us. And go unpunished, unjudged for the things that you were doing. It is sickening how long all of us Israelites sat back and did nothing but go to work and raise our fatherless children in poor, drug-infested, gang-infested neighborhoods. All black people ain't bad, but there are some of us. And you did just, if we poor and they poor, where we all gonna hang out together? I didn't have no nice little neighborhood I could go off to raise my children happy, healthy, and properly educated and loved by their neighbors, and justice for the unjust. I couldn't have any of that. So thank you to all the people that continue to protest. Thank you for all of the pop-up protests to businesses that just don't want to act right. Calling folks out their names, putting their hands on people, still discriminating against not only our grown black women and men, but our babies. Keep doing that and keep showing up I wish I could show up with y'all and do with y'all, but apparently God said that's not my part right now. I'm still at home with my sister, making sure that she continues to recover from her stroke. So this is my place right now. This is my part right now to protect her and to protect my daughter at the same time, and my niece. So thank y'all for that. I'm gonna keep sending encouragement where I can, and for y'all doing these marvelous works for the Lord. I'm going to try to highlight you as well as I move on through my little journey and pick up anything else that I can pick up, some tidbits of information that might help you. I think this video might be longer than it should be today, but I did want to put something out there because I'm trying to be obedient and do what I'm supposed to do. Thank you so much, and y'all have a great evening.